Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this episode I'm going to show you how I find the right composition in downtown Los Angeles. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer from the amazing, the incredible city of Paris, France. But right now I'm in downtown Los Angeles. Now I'm going to show you how I find my compositions, how I shoot my photos, how I retouch them, the whole 9 yards. So all you have to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get a notification every time I make a video. I do 2 videos per week, every Tuesday and every Friday at 9 a.m. And don't forget to click the little bell so you get a notification every time I make a video. Also, I'm giving you the source files of these episodes so you can follow along the retouching that I do and see exactly the quality of the raw files. All right, so come with me in downtown Los Angeles and let's take some photos together. Yeah. "24. 16 would be too much." Mesdames et messieurs, we are going to do some dramatic black and white. So let me show you the photo I got from downtown. And I did some tests with it and I decided to go in extreme black and white because I did some really cool long exposure and a really cool panorama. So I started off at the Walt Disney Concert Hall, and what I did is I did a pano, which is a pano I often do when I go there, which is I take about 8 photos. So I started here because there was not too much people, and then I went, up, right, all the way right, and then I started going down, and then back up again, just to make sure that I fully cover the whole situation. Okay, and so I'm gonna give a 1. All of these photos I already did, but I go here, I go to set rating, and I give it a 1 because I like to go, first select the photos which are cool. This one is not bad. I think I'm going to give it a 1. This one, I did a lot of very graphical photo and there is no clouds there. And it's like, I was like, no, that doesn't really work for me. So this one, I'm going to give it a 1 because I think I kind of like this one. And then they have this amazing corridor, but there was a model getting shot there. So I sort of waited, took a whole bunch of photo with her and ended up selecting only this one where there is no one there. Okay. And then, as this was a workshop, I got all my students to pose. So I selected this one of my students. I think maybe that could be a good photo. So, I'm just going through all that I did. Then this once, we started getting the sun coming down and we're getting some sunspots. And I didn't like this so much because You see, the eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo, and I think the eye is going to go there, so I didn't really like it. This one could be interesting. Let's see, or this one could be interesting. I'm going to give this one a 1. I didn't give it a 1 earlier, but we'll see. And most of these ones, I decided to go and do black and white. This one, I'm going to give it a 1 because it's got a cool shape. This one, I didn't like it so much because, well, you have the tree, and I think the one that I had earlier was way better. This one, because we have all this light going on here. So, and then just with the tree, oh, why not? Let's give it a shot. We're going to give it a 1. And to go, okay, and then we walked on and I started, this is what you're going to get. I'm going to show you how to get that. I'm going to reset that. So what I did is started doing some long exposure. This is 44 seconds, guys, at f10 ISO 50. So I put an ND10 on. I had this amazing new remote from Sony, which is like a $10 remote. That's really cool. You just press one time and then I waited 44 seconds and pressed another time. And with an ND10 filter, I got the clouds to be like have a cool shape. Then I also did this one. I did a whole bunch. This is another one. So that's the version that's retouched. I'm going to reset it and show you how I got that. That's how it looked before. That was a 32-second exposure. Maybe we try... let's see here. This was a 53-second exposure. Maybe this one will work better. And this is what, a 53? Okay, so I'm going to give a 1 star to this one. And then I went back and shot the sky again. And I tried this version, which I sort of didn't like how it was. I thought in portrait mode would work better. And that's the final result that I got. I'm going to reset it and show you how I got that. And that's it. The rest is for another tutorial. There were night shots. So I'm basically going to select all the photos which I've won. And now I'm going to install some presets that I'm going to be using for this photo. You're going to get a special pack called the Serge Dramatic Black and White Light Pack. And I made it in a way that it works with Lightroom 6. Let's say you have a very old version of Lightroom. I think it would even work with Lightroom 4. All right, all you have to do to get your asset is click the link that's just below the video. And then you put in your email address. Then you put in first name, last name, and create a password. And boom, you are in. You have the preset of the brushes. You just can click on view. And then you can download the source files. Now, if you're already a member, you click on the same link, you put your email address and click sign up for free, and it's going to take you and just add it to your library. That's all you have to do. How to install the preset? Well, it's pretty simple. First, to have a good organization, I'm just going to take this photo. You can take whatever photo you want. I'm just going to open the shadows. I'm going to go here. I'm going to click create preset. I'm going to call this one test. And I'm going to click and create a new group called the Serge Black and White Light version. Create OK, create, and that's going to create a new folder here called Serge Black and White Light. I'm going to create import. To be safe, I'm just going to take the Lightroom CC LR templates file, import, and if everything went well, they are all here. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, so now the first thing is let's make this pano. So I'm going to select all these photos here. And I'm going to go right-click, Photo Merge, Panorama. Remember in Lightroom, you got 3 different projections, spherical, cylindrical, and perspective. In this case, I'm going to take perspective, and I'm going to click on Merge, but I've already done it, and it's here. You know, when I was doing my workshop, every single student, when I told them to do the pano, they shot it way too tight. You see how I shoot it like really wide? That's why I took so many photos, because I need all that space to do a good job. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the crop tool, and I'm going to crop it in a way that would make sense. So something like this. Voila. And voila. You see, I'm cropping it a lot, but we still have a lot of pixel. It's still an 11,000, 12,000, panorama wide. It's crazy. And now, check this out. I'm going to use my black and white preset. So I have linear dark, darker, light, lighter. I'm going to use darker. The reason why it says 2, by the way, here is because I already installed this preset in my professional pack. So you won't have that 2 number, but don't worry about that. So I'm going to click on that. And it's already looking awesome. So when you use one of these black and white presets, there are several things you need to do to make sure it works well. First of all, you hold on the Option key and you make sure you only have about 2% of your photo of pure black. Okay? Then you go into the white and you make sure you have like 1% on under in the special white. The next thing is you go into the gradient and you make sure you see this gradient is a little low. I'm going to lower that gradient. And I'm actually going to make a new one on this one because I really want to make it drama. And I like to have the top. I'm going to go to exposure and have the top really dark. Just the very top. Something like that. Okay, I love that. And then I have another gradient here. I'm just going to move it up. Maybe make it even stronger. Make it even smaller. You have to adjust the gradient to your liking, you know. Something. I just want to have the bottom of the photo to be dark. Cool. Once you've done that, then you need to take the radial circle and you will see there's a whole bunch of radial circle. This one is where the sun is. So I'm going to put it here and I'm going to boost the exposure because the sun was really strong there, was really spinning there. I'm just going to put more emphasis onto this. This one, I'm just going to put it here, maybe in the middle. And you just place the circle where you want, you know, just where it makes sense. I want to put more, maybe keep that. I could Photoshop her out or keep her in. This one, I'm going to put it on her. And this one, maybe I'm going to put it really there. So basically, let me show you before the circle, after the circle. The circle is what's going to make your photo shine. And, you know, they work really well. And then maybe last but not least, I'm going to add even more contrast just because I really want a dramatic photo. And voila, check this out. Just using a preset. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, let's go out of full screen mode and let's carry on. So now that I have this preset, I can go really fast. So this one, for example, I just can look at it and I'm like, and I can just hover and see how, you know, they would look, you know. On this one, I would use the black linear circle light, you know, and maybe just, so you have all the circles, move them around. And actually, this one looks kind of cool. I think I want to add the circle where it's kind of darker here. You can add one. I give you a trick. You can add one big one here. The bigger it is, the less obvious it's going to be. And so you just position them as you want to make the photo interesting. Also, when you work in this, I advise you to be in Show Edit Pins to be in the auto mode. Auto mode is going to make it in a way that you can see where the pins are when you are in the photo, but as soon as you go out, they disappear, so you can appreciate the photo. As soon as you go out of here into the sliders, you can appreciate the photo. On this one, I think I want to, you know, boost my black. I think my black had too crush. Yeah, they're too crush. I only want 1-2%. My white, yes, not so much. It's okay. I don't really like this photo. I don't think I'm going to give it a 2-star. This one, I'm definitely giving it a 2-star because I really like this one. But this one, I'm not giving it a 2-star. It doesn't deserve it. It's not good enough. This one, I don't think I can just go over and see how it looks. I mean, why not? It's kind of cool, but I think it doesn't. It's too graphical to me. It doesn't communicate something. You know, same thing for this one. You know, I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, they're okay, but you know, I have way better. I have way better later on. This is the one where I had one of my students. You know, why not? It's a cool photo, but you know, I don't think it has such a strong enough message. Let's check out this one. So all you have to do is you go over the preset, and that's only if you have a recent version of Lightroom, and you can see how they look. You know, I don't like this photo. It's too confusing. It's got too much going on. I like the tree, but all the attention goes here. Maybe it will work better on this one because, you know, the eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo. Yeah, this one is kind of cool. It's got something like it's very, you know, nouvelle vague. You know, it's very like new wave type of photography. It's not really my style. Some people love this kind of photos. I'm really not that much into it. But, you know, I like the shape of the tree against that. Why not? I'm not even giving it a 2-star. This one, just because the sky is blue, in the end, I'm not going to select it. This one, yeah, we got a bit of sky. I mean, why not? It can look kind of cool. You know, with these presets are so awesome. I don't want to brag, but this preset, you know, you got to love them on your photo. You really got to download them and give it a shot. I'm going to put this a little higher up. Yeah, I don't like that photo that much. I mean, you know, again, very graphical. I have better. This one also, I give it, you know, I don't like it so much because it's like, I don't know what it is. You know, I don't like to take texture photo. But, okay, now we're coming to the extreme long exposures, 30 seconds and above. Now check this out. If I go to this one, I have to use a black and white linear circle lighter. The big one. I mean, there is like over 30 sliders being done with this preset, but you have to adapt them. So remember, step number 1, Set your black point, your white point. Okay, that's good. Step number 3, go into the gradients and adjust the gradients to your liking. Okay? I actually like to make it a little more dark. Good. Step number 3, go into the circle and make sure the circle are in places where you like them. You know, it's actually pretty good on this one. So the circle have a value of 0.73, which is pretty strong, but it works okay for black and white. If it's too visible, let's say I would make this smaller. I think that's too visible. You can get them into like 0.50 or something. But in this case, on this black and white, I'm going to make a big one here. I'm going to basically rotate it, put it here so that we have a nicer texture. Smaller the circle, more visible it's going to be. Bigger, less visible it's going to be. I like that photo. It's kind of like where we have a sensor does, because you know, that happens with long exposure. I'm actually surprised to not have more. I might go 16:9 on this one because I want to crop out this. Yeah, just like this so that we are more onto it. Oh my gosh, do I like this photo. Maybe add a bit more contrast. You got to try out my presets, my friend. Extreme long exposure is the best. Okay, cool. And then let's carry on. And you see how fast it goes when you're using preset? I'm going to take the... so this one is way too dark. Because like, if you're using the black and white inner circle lighter, which is the lightest of all, and it's still too dark, then I'm going to go and take this photo, which is probably going to work much better. Yes, much better. You know what? Oh, this one's got lots of black. Let's do my one. You can't really tell until you've done your black and white point. Then you can start telling. Yeah, and this one I can go to auto to make it straight because I can. Auto, which is in the transform panel. And constraints drop. Yeah, no, I don't really like it. I'm not giving it a 2. This one I'm giving it a 2. This one I'm not giving it a 2. And let's see here. This one, very similar to the one we did here, but a bit different. So I'm going to use the black and white inner circle. And voila. And oh, this one was not a long exposure. That was just a regular HDR. But it still looks kind of cool. Let's see if auto would do something with this. And constraints drop. Yeah, why not? It just gives a different style. And then, of course, again, remember, you have to go into the black point. So about 3%. White point. Something like this. And then you have to... so the gradients sometimes are in the wrong side. That's the case here. You see the gradients, because it's a portrait mode photo and not a landscape, you have to rotate them and put them in the right orientation. So you just click on it, go around it, and do it like this. This one, same thing, you go like this. I'm going to make this one at the bottom. Voila. So you have to position, you have to basically adjust the local tools. It's very important because the local tools is really what's going to make your photo. You know what? This one's okay, but it's not as good as the one I had earlier. I'm not going to waste time on this one. Okay, so I'm not even... Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. It looks kind of cool and small, but let's give it a 2. So let's see what we got so far. I'm going to go 2-star. So that's the 3 main photo we have. Photo number 1, I love it. Dramatic black and white. Extreme long exposure. I love how you can see the trace from the clouds and, you know, the stretchy clouds. I think it's really cool. And last but not least, I have this one, which I don't really like that much. I don't know why I gave it a 2-star. I think there's another one that deserves more 2 stars. So F to go out of full screen mode, Shift Tab to go back into the normal menu. I think there was one that I would give more of a 2-star, which I like. I think it was this one. I think this one actually turned out pretty well. I'm going to give it 2-star. And voila, so download the presets, play around with it. And the good thing about black and white is you can shoot even if you don't have a great sunset, you still get some awesome shots. And believe me, this type of photos do really well on social media. So if you like this video, please give it a like. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to install this preset. And I will see you in another video. Au revoir.